Alright, it's a bad bishop. Looking at my defense system that I came up with. My diametrical defense or dia defender. Just gonna go through this real quick. This is in the actual practice, of course. 15-minute game, mosaic dancing. Alright, let's get a look at it. See, I can play this dia defender against e5 or d5. Excuse me, e4 or d4. And here he goes, e4. This is the dia defender right here. These are all standard openers and standard moves in it. I play it a little different, sometimes more aggressive. When you don't have the bishop developed to c4 and the knight to f3, I can forego this h6, but I did it anyway in this game, just precaution. I'm looking to get my knights, f6 and g6, pawns push and open up, maybe even sack a pawn or a piece just to open up in front of the king if he decides to castle over there. I want my bishops both on this side of the board as well, because I'm going to have to protect my king, which is going to be exposed once these pawns start getting pushed. That's what I'm shooting for, but I do it a little different in this game. Apparently he's went through my game list, or just as familiar with playing against this flank opening. So he's coming with a pretty good. I know where this ends up a lot of times. These steamroller pawns. So that's going to change how I do things just a little bit. And sometimes I hit at this pawn with this, hit at the d4 pawn, but he didn't play pawn to d4 here. But again, this is done because I got to get some counterplay on the queen side, because it looks like he knows something about breaking this defense. I've had it fall apart on me at times because I'm still learning it. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't make those, that I don't fall prey to, those wicked attacks. Yeah, I'm trying to get this counterplay over here, letting him further commit some pieces. The bishop is on b7, but I don't want it on b7. I want it here on c8. It's part of the sack and supporting the sack, supporting these pawns, opening up in front of this king. But like I say, I have to be careful because some of these guys know they know how to come at it. So normally I got from Nakamaru, watching him play pretty much what I play. I would play this from the white side and the black side, with the white pieces or the black pieces. And I saw that e6 and e3, this e6 in this particular with the black pieces is pretty effective in the knight going to e7. And this is when you get the three pawns attacking you and bagging up that bishop on c4, what have you. But this particular player that I'm up against now is playing a little bit passive, not as not as strong as some other people play it. Not as so he's giving me a lot of room to wiggle, a lot of wiggle room. So I'm taking advantage of it. I'm repositioning pieces, and he's rolling his pawns faster than I'm rolling mine. Okay, so this e5 was very important. We got to break it up, and he came right on forward to f5, which is, I don't want that pawn there, and he knows that. Apparently he's got to look at this and been watching what I've been doing on ICC with this opening, so he's got a good mindset of how to attack it. I've seen somebody attack it pretty, with a decent attack apparently. I sidestep that, go right past it. Now I'm trying to make sure I have this covered. I don't know how exactly I'm going to do it, but I need to be careful because this could turn into a rout. It can definitely stop my attack and turn into a rout. So I wouldn't have dropped this knight in here just this fast, but he's got time to think about it. It's not a bullet game. He's got some time to think, so it's worth it. But it's just not supported. This light square bishop can't get out here to help him. This dark square bishop is not gonna be able to help him on these squares. Maybe if he sacks, but it did not have time to push the pawn. If I just You know, this piece is kind of out of place. It's in a good position. I mean, I can't attack it, but maybe something else was more called for right here because he's not going to get in like this. Probably pawn push was the best. I don't know. King over, rook over. I don't know. Let's go on. So I'm attacking. Well, this was the dear defender. This was the dear defender, and now it's attacking, trying to double up pawns. But I really don't want to take this, to be honest with you, in this opening because it opens up this four square for the knight to reposition and come there, or for the bishop to get there, and I didn't want that open. But the defender's doing his job. He helped me out here. He went on ahead and took his best piece. Now he's invested a time into it, is now gone. So he has really no real attack going, and not a heck of a lot of counterplay. You know, I have some breaks. He don't really have any. I mean, this, yeah. I mean, it doesn't really cause me any problem. In fact, if he goes here, I may just go directly. You know, I don't know. Yeah. So here we go. I don't need him pushing his pawn up here and having his pawn where it can't take, and just repositioning. Now I'm threatening to hit this pawn in case he ever moves this pawn, and I'm also threatening to eventually. This is going to be pretty slow moving. Again, I wanted the game to be boxed in. I wanted the pieces to be tied up, and that's what they are. This is not open for him to get through. I want to get my bishop back over here, but his bishop is also out of play too. It's out. You know, it's just not. It can't do anything right now, and it's not even open enough to. It's not really watching the center because of this knight. So I see. I don't want to castle. I'm going to want to get my pieces over here, so I can move the king in the middle of the board. And now I'm ready. Not quite, huh? I'm almost ready. So what was the last move? Now I move the bishop back. I'm trying to get prepared to. Okay, move the bishop back. So this, when he moved the knight here, now obviously I can push the pawn. I could have pushed the pawn prior to that and just let him take, but that don't make any sense. And if I take, he take, I take. You know, I'm trying to get in there, but he helped me out because I didn't really have anything here. Clearly I didn't have much there. So he moved the knight, and now I can push, which he has a really bad move he made. And now, just like he wants to get a knight on d5, I want to get a knight on d4. Now, I started to take with the e pawn. Well, I thought about it. I started, but why not? He's just going to take back. Hit. Well, I want to get these lines open in front of the king, so that's why I go that way with it. And I'm trying to keep the center blocked up, so he can't get this bishop into play. He's got to exchange. I don't, because I'm trying to keep him out. Now he makes a mistake. He lets me. This allows me to pin instead of, he could have just moved over and then pushed up, but no, I guess he couldn't push up. He would have moved over and then got out the way. But he moved the knight. Both these knight moves were both tragic, bad moves for him. So I can pin, but I really don't want to take this bishop that's not opposed by any other bishop. You want to make any more noise than that? Or how much more you want to make? I really don't want to trade this bishop off for this rook, to be honest with you. But you know, 4.3, 4.6, and no opposing dark bishop. Yeah. Anyway, check. I step over. Yeah. He takes. He's not concerned about it. I don't know why he's not worried about it. But that opens up for this, which he didn't want that happen. Now he checks, and I go backwards with it because now I can hit and then I can check, or I can check and then hit. So he steps back and then he resigns. As you see, it's about to lose a piece. So, I mean, he's going to completely lose a piece. So, he doesn't want to do that. Because, what can I do against this here? I can start by just taking the rook. And then if he checks here, I can step back closer to him again. And he can't take with the bishop because I can just, oh well, it'd be in check. So he can't take with the bishop, and so he's gonna have to go ahead and take the knight, the rook with the knight, and then I'm gonna be able to just take and then take, and he'll have a rook on a knight on the board. I have a rook. We both have 5 pawns. I think it's a decisive enough advantage. 2.6 or 4.6, so 3 points to 5 points. You round it up. All right. Just wanted to go through one of the actual games, put the game, put it in actual practice. Another look at my diametrical defense. All right, bad bishop.